Certainly did just a moment ago. Apparently Jack driving all the way downfield. The demo here, back to Panda, shot on, and oh, Chippy makes a save. Jorius is there for the follow-up. What an effort defensively, but we take the lead.
And why not? That's aggression off the bat. We don't generally see a lot of that. Chippy had an incredible save, but it wasn't enough because his teammates, they're not exactly staying strict with the solo plays. They're going for a lot of those infield box passing plays, and it is working right now. One from the wall, cut him from the other side here from Jorius, and the follow-up from Jack as he lands in the right spot. The defense from WYLDE has been giving us some of the nicest rebounds, and I'm going to say, keep it up, WYLDE. I'm all okay for that.
Well, I mean, you talk about the defense, it was the post that time around. Just kind of nicely sets it up in the mid, and Violent Panda already with the demo almost opens it up for Jack. Jorius now to the corner. And you mentioned, well, they're giving us some nice rebounds, but honestly, I want to talk about the way they're rotating to the post here because Billy getting completely caught out, going a little bit shy on the front side.
Well, and it really was too. I was about to mention that Chippy had, okay, a great rebound. Like, he touched it to the side. That's a lot better than what we were seeing before. Yet still, Dignitas found a way to sneak up on it, and a massacre is unfolding before our eyes. 4 goals at the halfway mark in game 1. I'm sure we won't see this the rest of the series, but this is the right way to start off the day.
It certainly is, but I personally don't think so. I think that there were simply a lot of mistakes that WYLDE was making here on the back half, and that's not to say that we haven't found the gaps and made use of them, as Jorius does here again.
Look at this again. Jack's like, I want the boost, and I feel like that has been a problem for WYLDE. They just, what do you do on defense when you're constantly under pressure with no boost as well?
That is true, but I'm going to reiterate here. I mean, even on that last play, you saw Billy, he clearly had a chance to get out in front for it. I'm fairly certain the Dignitas defense was well set to try and counterplay that if necessary. Now the pass through the mid, great interception here, and it's unfortunate for us, but you still got to give credit. Chippy puts up the first one for WYLDE.
Yeah, a bit of a mistouch here, I think. Jorius just was not in a position to receive that pass. Panda's touch came a little bit too soft. Dig isn't overcommitting when they don't have to. They're backing off when they know that the opportunity is lost, and they're trying again from their own half. Even though they're down a goal, sometimes teams can panic, and they're not. They backed off, they recuperated, they moved down, and they struck.
And they did, and there was some fantastic support on this play. If you saw it from the very beginning, it was a forced challenge off the
time looming. If this play doesn't work out, and it might not, that drive wasn't as deep as they wanted, it goes back into the hands of WYLDE. A shot on net that unexpectedly, at least in my opinion, has entered into Dignitas' net. Justice with the shot, but it seemed like there was enough time for the defender. Apparently not.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, I think that Jack might have moved up just a little bit too far in that play. Either that or was a little bit low on boost, but either way, now in the final couple of seconds here, will be killed by WYLDE. More than once, there was a passing play or two that went completely awry for Dig. That can certainly be improved upon, and I have no doubt the players are going to make those changes, but Justice already with goal number 1 for WYLDE as it leaks out in front.
First early goal here for WYLDE. A bump on Jorius, who
were there for that defensive transition all day long, and honestly, it's looking like they just keep getting better and better, but Jack with a double tap chance, he does not miss those. He ties things up.
And it's still starting with those team plays. They have not given up on these passing plays. Jorius to Jack, and Jack will finish it up in a solo, but it all started with that. In all honesty, again, you look at it, we had that double commit. We had a situation at midfield at one point where there's miscommunication. And as I say it, they managed their way down there, but their counterattacks, thankfully, haven't been the strongest. We do got to make sure they don't get on offense still, though, because we talked about it. These players are still good.
At the center, could still be an option here to apparently Jack, saved away by Chippy. Jorius not quite quick enough off the respawn, must have gotten a bad luck spawn, and WYLDE.
Play Justice is there trying to make things happen for WYLDE right now with 36 seconds left. They know they need 1 goal to win this series. That might be it as it sits on the goal line and almost gets saved. Chippy will put it away, and that was the goal WYLDE was looking for with 30 seconds left. Dignitas at match point are now in a very precarious position.
Hey, all the way back downfield. 5 seconds left on the clock. Jack trying to keep this one viable, but he'll die at the top of the box. And